Stop wearing the microphone the wrong way. Hear me out. My name's Manny. I create content. I'm usually behind the scenes in a camera, recording interviews, recording events, or simply creating content or helping others create content. There's a lot of microphones out there, but when it comes down to it, there's no instructions where to place it. So people usually just place it anywhere they believe it works. Some people put them on their head, some people put them somewhere in this area, or they just, whatever it fits, right? So today I want to share with you what has worked for me in the past with some of these microphones. And they're not sponsoring this in any way. This is just my personal opinion. And it's all based on a comment that I placed on one of these videos by this creator. I got a lot of interactions with it. So I decided that it was time for me to share this with you to see if it works for you. Please note that this is not the official way of using anything, not in the instruction manuals in any way, but it allows me to get the best out of my content and my customers without having to worry about promoting something that's not necessarily sponsoring the the video or the content that I'm creating at the moment. Now, today I'm specifically talking about these microphones, Hollyland Mark II. We're all very familiar with them. They're great in the market, and they're also coming up. They already came up with something newer. However, I want to talk about their logo. When you're creating content, you have the logo exposed. And don't get me wrong, maybe you're trying to tell people, hey, I'm using quality microphones, which is good. But if you're not being sponsored by it, it kind of makes no sense. If you have a need to maybe share the gear that you use, you can do that during the credits. You can do that in a way, but you want to make sure you minimize any distractions from your viewers when you're showing them what you have created. Now, I want to show you something when it comes to these little mics right here. When you when you take this mic, for example, you'll notice that there's a blinking light. This blinking light will stay blinking until it connects with the receiver. We're all familiar with the receiver, right? So when you get this, now you may get a steady light, but this light still remains on. Now, I don't know about you, but my experience, when I see a little light on a video, I tend to relate it with a dead pixel. And if you don't know what a dead pixel is, it's usually a little green, blue, sometimes red spot on your video because there's either dust elements in your sensor or, God forbid, something worse. So for me, every time I see a light, it distracts me. And if I have to focus on that light once, I just can't stop seeing it. Now, again, this little light right here is just the indicator for your receiver, which is great. But, and as you know, all of this on the magnet, you have a magnet right here in the back that holds it together quite nicely, which also has a logo. Now, what usually people do is that they go ahead and place it like somewhere here, right? And they just they place it here and they kind of add a microphone to that. Pop. And you have it right there, pretty exposed with your light. Now, maybe in this scene right here, you may not mind it that much. If they have a hat, they like to go ahead and like place it there. Yeah. So how do we go ahead and place this in a way that is more incognito, right? We want to hide this so we can get the best out of our scenes. First thing I would recommend is go to the box where that it came in. You have stickers that come with it, and you have a variety of stickers. Now, on this side came black stickers. Now, the black stickers would be used for this part right here. I'm going to show you how that looks. This would be your box. Now, with the stickers on, the first thing you're going to notice is that you don't have that front sticker anymore. No need for distraction of the logo with the black sticker that already comes included in your purchase. I'm going to show you side by side how they look This is the one with the sticker, and this is how it comes by default. So as you can see, it's pretty much covered. Now, when you look at the back, the magnet still has the logo. And I'm going to get into that because what I do is that I covered the magnet, and I'm going to show you why after. So what I did, since there's no sticker that comes with the box for the magnet, I took some black electric tape, took a piece of it, and simply placed it right here. As you can see, it's not perfect in any way, but it does cover it, and there's no need. So I have a completely black little dot. Once you cover the magnet, this is what it's going to look like. So you have your black little dot right here, and you have your black magnet. And when the goes, it just works, right? I used to work with lavalier microphones. Now, as you're aware, a lot of this has to do with placing a box around this size on your subject. Usually what you do with this cable, you would put it around the chest area. Now, in this area that you see here, this area. So they're showing us that the best place to place a microphone, in theory, would be around the chest area. This means that you can capture more vibrations and the sound quality actually improves. Now, here's how I would recommend that you guys wear it. Make sure that this part is always facing upward. When placing, let's consider the following. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to place it on this area. Instead of going like this, what we want to do is we want to put it backwards like this. But we want to put it like this inside of our shirt. So it's going to look like this. Then you take your black magnet and simply snap it. This is a lot less distracting. Don't get me wrong, I can probably cover it with my beard, but not everybody has a beard. Wearing it like this not only gives you a little bit more discrete area, but all the vibrations that go around your chest will also be captured to make a better, smoother sound. Now I'm going to show you how to do this when somebody's wearing a t-shirt or a polo. So if the person has a shirt, you want to take this area of the button, right? Here's our mic. It is very important that the light is always upward because that's where the mic is located. Instead of placing the microphone in the front of the fabric, you want to go to the back of the fabric. In the back of the fabric, you will make sure that the light is upward. You will turn it around, place it and cover it with the back fabric, and then taking your black dot. Once the back part of your fabric is in place with the magnet in the front, simply cover it with the front of the shirt, and there you go. With the microphone fully covered, we can now forget about any unwanted noises that can be muffled into the sound. Every time the person speaks, vibrations will come out of the chest and will be captured the same way as well, giving you a more clear tone, which is really good. Unless you're being sponsored, there's no need to show your gear. I'm also going to show you how to do this in a polo, which are the same steps that we took here. If the person is wearing a polo, what you want to do is this. We come to this area and we lift the fabric, go to the back of the fabric, and simply place this, again, with the microphone upward. You put it here. We cover with the back of the fabric. And once we do that, we simply take our little magnet and put it in place. Once in place, take the front fabric and it's completely covered. Now you can record your voice and have no problem picking up all the sounds that you actually need before you go to the editing part. And that's how I do it. This is by far the best way for me to take all advantages of the Hollyland Mark II and allows me to be very discreet. I have used it like this in many different scenarios with actors on a theater, musicians, podcasts, live events. It allows me to focus on my composition and not worry about the distractions of putting a logo of a company that's not really paying for my gear or that it's not sponsoring in any way the creation that I'm doing. So I would really like to know if this works for you. If you would like, I can show you how to do this with other brands of microphones as well. I also wanted to do this because Hollyland came out with a brand new microphone, which is not only very affordable, but very versatile, of even better microphones that they have available. And it applies the same. If it has a magnet in the back, you can always take advantage of that by simply placing the microphone inward and take full advantage of not only the vibrations, but taking full control of your scene. If this works for you, just let me know in the comments, and thank you for following According to Manny.